Hey guys, this is Diana Ballard, and welcome to the Mom Training Podcast, where we discuss the skills and strategies to create possibilities in motherhood and make it more fun, efficient, organized, and peaceful. You can find more information or connect with me online at dianaballard.com or at Diana Ballard Live on social media. I love it so much I can barely stand it. Woohoo! Yeah, wouldn't we all like to say that a little more? The next handful of podcasts, we're going to focus on one of the main qualities of a powerhouse mom. If you're just starting to join us on the podcast, after interviewing hundreds of moms, I found that there was a handful of moms that had certain skill sets and mindsets that made motherhood a little smoother, more productive, and more enjoyable. And it was amazing to see the capacity of the influence and the accomplishments of these mothers in how they organize themselves, their household, and responsibilities. So in putting together a list of their qualities, we've created the Powerhouse Mom. You can go back a handful of podcasts and listen to more of what we're talking about here, because the Mom Training Podcast theme for 2019 is titled The Powerhouse Mom, and we're all working this year to increase our skills and enjoy motherhood more and more each day, to be 1 year closer to our best self and version of the Powerhouse Mom. So the quality that we're going to focus on in the next couple podcasts is that these powerhouse moms loved what they do and did. In the thick of motherhood with young children, to having children growing up and leaving the home, they loved it and continue to love it. Now, whether they loved it from the second they became a mom, or every second along the way, or gained that love and enjoyment over years of practice, the powerhouse moms I've interviewed all contained this quality. And if we look at the diversity of people around us, that is a pretty admirable quality to anyone if you think about it. Enjoying where they are in life, what their responsibilities are, and are happy with what difference they are making in their circle of influence, mom or not. We need more people who enjoy what they do while they're doing it, and especially moms. Then I look at my own life as a mother with young children and think, I could probably enjoy this a little more than I do. Like, I like what I do, but I could always be down for some more enjoyment, And I'm pretty sure there might be a couple other moms who feel the same way. And I don't care what stage of motherhood you are in, young kids, middle-aged kids, high school, or out of the home. There is a lot of demand on the mom physically, mentally, and emotionally, and sometimes we can find ourselves needing to find more enjoyment in what we are doing. Sometimes we can get caught up in all the responsibilities, decisions, logistics, and pulling everything off that we can forget how to enjoy the moment and the people in our home. Remembering to enjoy and have gratitude in our daily activities takes work. It might mean having to learn some new ideas, perspectives, and mindsets about our current situation and how to find enjoyment and fulfillment even when it's challenging. So to really bring in this quality of enjoying our journey as mom and loving it, I recently had the amazing opportunity to interview a powerhouse mom about her journey as a mom. And she shared some of her tips on enjoying motherhood. This woman's name is Marlene Ellingson. She is a mother of 13 children. Yes, you heard it right, 13. She is the author of the book Parenting with the Spirit, The Answer is More Love, and also has a very successful parenting blog, which can be found at theanswerismorelove.com. I have had the privilege of personally interacting with a handful of her children, and they are some of the kindest, sincerest people I have ever met. Highly involved in their community and are just really good people. Marlene's work as a powerhouse mom has produced some amazing results in her children. And I'm so happy we can learn from her today as I paraphrase some of the conversation that I had with her. You can imagine a woman that has 13 children had to love motherhood. She had to enjoy what she did, or why would she enter into such a responsibility of a full household like that? Right? And you can tell from her children and who she is that enjoyment flowed through her then and still does now. She still has 2 teenagers at home. She's been going at this for a long time. She still loves it. So let's dive into some of Marlene's tips of what's helped her enjoy motherhood. One of the things she talked about was changing our perspective and making children our purpose. There are a lot of ideas floating around nowadays that can make us feel undervalued as a mother and that raising kids is not fulfilling. I loved something Marlene said, quote, "I made my kids my purpose and I loved it. By doing so, I had accomplished my to-do list at the end of the day. If we see them as in my way, then we won't enjoy it." End quote. Now, did that mean she dedicated every waking minute to being with her children? No, of course not. She had housework, food to make, errands to run, logistics to take care of, and everything else that comes with running a household and family. But the difference was her perspective. Her purpose was focusing on helping her children become successful humans, figuring out how to help each individual child and build up her family. And by doing so, the things she was already doing in her home and with her family became something she was passionate about and loved doing. She shared that she loved being her own boss as the mom of the household and being able to use her own talents and creativity to create her schedule and environment. She said, quote, "It takes a lot of creativity to be a mom. It's a wonderful daily challenge to see how you can use your talents and creativity to figure out ways to solve problems, mold characters, and enrich their lives. Because each child is different and some are easier to love than others. And so by using our intuition and listening to the guidance we can receive as mothers, we can know exactly what our children need." End quote. Which leads into another tip that she gave of seeking divine guidance in our daily motherhood practice. One of the things that we are given as mothers is that gift to know what exactly our children need. I mean, you've heard stories after stories of, this is what maybe, someone said that I needed to do for my child, but I just knew this was the answer. Or I just, this seemed crazy, but if I tried it this way and it worked. Or, I feel like this child is feeling this way because of this reason. And after talking to them, that's what you find out. Or knowing that a child is struggling with something and they may be acting normal, but you're saying, there's something going on with you. I have this feeling, I have this intuition of knowing what is going on with you. And honestly, that was something that was hard for me as a child. Because as a teenager, I should say, because my mom always knew. She always knew when I got into trouble. She always knew when I was sad. She always knew when something happened, and it was sometimes I didn't want to tell her, right? It's I mean, how did you know? How did you know that I failed my test today? Or how did you know that I got in trouble for something? I would never even have to tell her. My mom was so in tune with her intuition and getting guidance from, divine help, and for us, that's God. For us, that's God. That could be something else for you as divine help or, universe or spirit or whatever. But, my mom always knew. And, looking back, I appreciate that so much that she had that because she helped me through so many things that I probably would have tried to do on my own. But because of her mom intuition and trusting that and acting upon it, it kept me out of a lot of trouble, a lot of pain, being able to work through things with her, and I had a buddy by my side. And that is something that is so important for us moms to really focus on, is being led by our intuition or that divine spirit that's helping us, and being able to know exactly what our kids need and to be able to do it with love, to be able to truly do what we need to as a mom in love. And that is a huge focus of Marlene, this powerhouse mom, is, listening to the spirit, being guided by our intuition, and then the answer is more love, just always more love. Another thing that she really focused on was gratitude. So when days or times would be hard, it was always gratitude that helped turn things around for her. When she was sick and pregnant, there would be gratitude for the future baby that was going to join them. Or when there were challenges with a child, she would say, "I'll only get to be their mother for a little while, and I'm grateful for the time that I have." And at some points, the gratitude might even have to be silly things like being thankful for spoons, for life would be so much harder without spoons, or for her toothbrush and how it was such a useful little gadget. But gratitude can change things around really quickly and bring our perspective back into something positive and one of enjoyment and where we are and what circumstances may be surrounding us. And connecting the gratitude with the perspective of waking up each morning and saying, I choose this. I am so lucky to be home with these kids and to be loving them and being their mom. I am so grateful and I choose this, using our gratitude and perspective of, I choose to be a mom. I choose to be loving. I choose to be grateful for where I am right now. Marlene gave a lot of other wonderful tips on enjoying motherhood, but her main passion to share with mothers is that love is the key, and that God can tell us how, through the Spirit and guidance, of how we can love each individual child. I invite you to check out her book, Parenting with the Spirit, The Answer is More Love, and her parenting blog, theanswerismorelove.com, and learn more from Marlene. She is full of just oodles and oodles of trial and error, wisdom, and just so much knowledge from raising these 13 wonderful kids. So let's think about our perspective and see if maybe we can change some mindsets around about motherhood and how we can find joy and fulfillment and really be searching for mothers who truly enjoy what they do. Learn from them. For if enjoying motherhood is something you'd like to grow in, know this. If it's possible for one mama to love what she does, it's completely possible for you and I as well. Let's focus on increasing our gratitude in the little things, especially those little things. For sometimes that may be all we have to hold on to in a challenging time. But as we train our minds to really look for the good around us, again, our perspective can change and we can enjoy our life even more. And let's trust the Spirit that leads us as mothers, our intuition, our unique ideas for each child, and how to get through those hard times. For each mother has that wonderful gift, and we don't have to do this mommy thing alone. And lastly, let's focus on more love and letting that divine Spirit and guidance show us how to do so. And by increasing that love that we give, we will be more fulfilled and truly enjoy motherhood more and more each day. It's worth the effort, and motherhood can be a beautiful journey for each of us as we work at it each day and love our life more and more. I hope you have a great week, and you can find an extra dose of enjoyment this week from these tips, and we'll see you next Tuesday on the Mom Training Podcast. Thank you so much for tuning into the Mom Training Podcast. If you liked what you heard, I would so appreciate a rating and review from you on any platform you listen to this on. If you have any questions or podcast ideas, you can message me on my social media at Diana Ballard Live or shoot me an email on my website. See you next week.